Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. We are playing this morning our ongoing Eberron saga, Tales from the Broken Anvil. I have 5 participants this morning, and I will introduce them in the order I have you on the screen. Just tell me, and we all leveled up to 3rd level from last time, so please, when I introduce you, tell me who you're playing and what cool power you got at level 3 or ability you got at level 3. Okay, first we have Aureen, who's played by Amy.
Hello. I leveled up and I am taking the path where I can get a familiar and I'm working towards an imp.
Okay, Amy plays a warlock, the changeling warlock. Okay, next we have BJ.
Okay, I'm playing a Warforged monk. Uh, level up to level 3, so I got I have key points with well, I get no, I already had key points. I get to I got my archetype, my
Path, yeah.
the way of the open hand. So that's given me the ability to open hand technique, which gives me a number of things here. So I'm in the I don't know if I can read that, but
Oh yeah, you can. Thank
on
you.
the screen. And then, pardon me while the roll 20 on my end is being a little fidgety. Give me just a second here.
Okay.
I got deflect missiles as just a general monk ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the open hand technique for the way of the open hand, which is kind of your generic monk. I can use key to, when I hit a creature, I can knock them over, push them back,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So
That's cool. Should be fun.
can't take reactions. So there's kind of a low level stun effect there, I think, as well.
Okay. And next we have Knuckles. His name is Knuckles, by the way. Right. Next we have next we have Brandy or Cindy, sorry.
So Brandy moved up to level 3 in Barbarian, so I took the Path of Wild Magic.
Okay. Okay. What is Path of Wild Magic?
So the Path of Wild Magic is pretty much the Barbarian. There's such a temper tantrum while in a rage that they uncontrollably spout magic. So you would roll a d8, and then based off of your roll on the wild magic table will depend upon the effect that you will get.
Cool. It should be fun. All right.
From flying weapons to exploding fairies.
Exploding fairies.
Yeah. So, if you roll on there and you get it, then you can summon fairies on each of your turn, one fairy, and send them to a spot near somebody, and they explode at the end of your turn.
Wow. It
Sounds
does.
silly to be
If
a
any,
fairy.
if any of you guys, if any of you watchers, listeners play Warhammer Fantasy Battle, or Age of Sigmar, although they're doing it Warhammer Old World, they're bringing that back. So Goblin kind, the Goblin armies would have like crazy things that would run at you and explode. So that reminds me of that. All right. Next we have Zach.
So I leveled up to level 3, and we're actually play testing a class that we're hoping to publish eventually, based off of one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So this one is pestilence, and basically the big ability is that you summon a crown, like how in the Bible pestilence is given a crown. But and with that, instead of using your spells sort of range and DC, you can actually use your ranged weapon. So the ability modifier would be the ranged weapons modifier, and then something like inflict wounds, which is touch, you can actually shoot from afar. So it lasts for 1 minute. And then as a avatar of the apocalypse, you get different spells from the necromancy list. So you get inflict wounds and ray of sickness since they're first level spells.
Cool. All right, and then last we have Connie.
Hey,
You need to talk louder.
I've moved up to a level 3. I have moonbeams, see invisibility, and spells.
Great. Yeah. Oh, so Bracken is nominally a Goblin Ranger, and Tiger is a Tabaxi Cleric. So just to conclude that. All right. Does anyone want to give me a summary of what happened last time? Anyone?
Bueller?
Bueller? All right. No one does. You can fill in if I forget.
So we have
Yeah.
Bracken that's willing to.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Bracken, go for it.
So we had basically gone down and stormed the ogre lady's apartment.
Yep.
We killed everything that was in there short of one. We took it prisoner and saved the general. We then rushed over to the train because she was trying to escape. I believe Arwen was able to convince the conductor not to let the train go yet. And we battled through. And we, after, pretty intense battle, we were able to capture her and I believe the rest of the non-defeated enemies ran away. And we
much.
saw it left up there.
Cool. Yeah, it was a good I would say it was a good run. Is it run? Instead of going up the tower, they went down the tower and cleared it as they went. I thought it would be a harder fight, but you guys surprised this like harpy lookout and took out the harpy very quickly. And then there was a couple other creatures, including a warg that was killed on your way down on Terminus. It's called Terminus, which was located here. And Gara, the half ogre that you mentioned, was trying to get away with her. I don't know if it was, well, I guess it would be ill-gotten gains because she used coercion for a labor force. So to get away with her ill-gotten gains, which you recovered, you took out some of the thugs that the Dosk thugs that were working with her. Actually, Tiger had the help of some looked like a homeless gnoll who also ran away when the authorities showed up, who helped her in the fight when she was kind of surrounded by some of these Dosk thugs, which was interesting. Maybe that person will resurface. But yeah, it was a pretty good fight. It was cool to have Bracken and Knuckles corral Gara on the roof of the train. It would have been cool. It would have been neat if it had been moving, but maybe we'll get to a moving train fight at some point in Eberron. They do have lightning rails, but like Bracken mentioned, Irene convinced the conductor through one of the convinced the train engineer through one of the conductors to not let the train go on the authority of the Sharn Watch. You did rescue Sergeant Vilroy, who had told you to take off and finish the job, but you also rescued someone else. I will mention because this will be pertinent. This will be pertinent perhaps later on. Oh, when I get to handouts, because every time I open Roll20, it closes my handouts. So you did mention, or you did save this guy here, Corin Del Marco. So he was also a prisoner of the Dosk in the tower. So you rescued him. He said he was kind of like, posturing and stuff like that initially, but you found out he was from the Boromore clan, which is another mob group in Sharn. So we'll see how that goes. So at the end of the Forgotten Relics adventure, right, Onyx comes back on his sky ship to pick you up, and you guys head back to the high point of Sharn, the upper city, and give your report. Well, track down Sergeant Vilroy, who probably summons you to the house Orion place that you had gone to before. I think it was the Mithril Hall, and yeah, you could give the nobleman that was up there that you had met was interested. That was a actually Mithril Tower and his unicorn estate, and this guy's name was Alden Orion. His son, you had rescued his son, Caden Orion, and he was purportedly in your debt. But I guess the one thing I would like to know is if you, between when you capture Gara and drag her up, or do you take her yourselves in the sky coach, or do you have the watch take her off? I guess that's one question.
I think we're gonna take her.
All right.
Really, I would have the watch take them because I think that's the sky coach that we have might belong to them. I don't want them to take it back.
Yeah, but at the same time, she was corrupted. There's a distinctive possibility that others in there could be dirty as well, and we could just simply hand her back over to be let go and not actually charged. So,
Well, Sergeant Vilroy, you suspect is in the pay of the Boromore clan, so the
plus, I think
which is a rival clan of the Dusk, but that's a consideration.
I think we might have some questions as well.
Yeah, you could definitely interrogate her before the watch takes her. So if you have any questions, you can ask her.
Can't we go with the watch? I just don't want them to see the ship. Arween really likes the ship. It goes floaty, floaty.
Yeah. So what's the decision then? You can interrogate her and hand her over to the watch, because I don't know where you're gonna keep her. I mean, they'll let you talk to her beforehand if you wish.
Yeah, we can. I don't know who has the best interrogation skills.
It'd be like intimidate, probably charisma based.
I have a 6. Does anybody have higher?
Well, just tell me how you talk to her, and we'll role play through it, and tell me what's your approach.
I think I would. Well, I'd probably have to stand on something to get up to her face.
She's probably like Knuckles has probably got her in a bind and kind of on her, kind of like you would have like cuffs on them, and
Okay.
then on their knees.
Well, I would ask her, what is it that you were after so badly down there that you were willing to sacrifice our friends for it?
I don't know about friends, but what does it matter? I serve who I serve.
Well, we don't kill friends, so it does matter. And what were you digging for? Because I don't believe you.
Information.
Okay, are you going to continue to be recalcitrant, or do I need to have my friend Bracken here shoot you with a fireball?
She laughs. I don't think that little goblin could shoot a fireball.
Oh, she threw down the gauntlet, Bracken.
Bracken, I think maybe it's time for you to step in, sir.
While I can't shoot a fireball, I sure as heck can inflict some wounds. deep wounds.
She's pretty messed up though, so I don't know if you, right? No one's healed her, or no one's.
No, I don't intend on
I
healing.
guess technically she. I mean, technically Gara could use a. What is it called? Use a short rest healing thing. What's that called? What's the term called, BJ, in this game?
I did that.
Huh?
You roll a hit die.
Yeah, she could roll a hit, get some hit points by rolling a hit die. She's resting, although of course manacled.
So Tiger is asking the group before we ask her, do we want to offer healing in exchange for information?
Nope.
That might help, but it's up to you if you want to do it. It's up to
I think
Tiger.
she's powerful enough she could get off her manacles. So
Nah, I
if
think
we-
Knuckles has her, controlled. There's a bunch of where's she gonna go? She'll get cut down by the watch if she tries to run.
Plus us. So I mean, it's not like we're healing her all
I'm
the way
not,
down.
I don't know. I'm not of the. I think Eberron is a little more sophisticated than a lot of worlds, and if someone has a chance to surrender, they will likely surrender. Mainly so they can plague you later. But this is like a more of a lawful society, where they'd rather put someone in jail and have a trial, right?
This is yeah, it's kind of like a pulp noir
Yeah,
as much as fantasy. It's a
right.
well, can we trade
Hard-boiled
incremental
detective.
healing for information?
That could help when you make your roll. We'll see. If you wanted to, Tiger, if you wanted to do that, I'm sure Gara would appreciate it. Knuckles and Bracken beat her up pretty good. So,
We're not immune.
Guard, if I heal you, will you give me the information we want?
maybe some of it.
Okay.
She's defiant, She's like a gang boss, right? So
Worst case scenario, if you heal her and she's still not cooperative, that means I can,
Inflict wounds and
inflict
we'll do it.
wounds.
Uh,
We can
Right.
hurt her more.
yeah. Well,
Or the healing I give will not be very large amount.
all right. So how much do you want to
I
go ahead
s-
and
I say healing word. What do you guys think? Because that's a D4 of healing.
Is that cure wounds higher?
Cure wounds is a D8.
Yeah, but I don't think I want her to heal.
Well, I mean,
I
everyone,
agree, not too healed.
well, that a D8 is not that much in terms of if she tries to escape, even if two people hit her, she's going down. It's just not that much health, but
There we go.
right, okay.
6.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna try something. Let's see, how deceptive can I be? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Try
How's
it. What's
that?
the worst that can happen?
All right. So I guess you ask your questions again, Irene. So go ahead and roll your intimidation. I guess you're using intimidation with a advantage.
Okay, I have to click advantage. Hold on.
Mhm.
Advantage. Okay, I pressed it.
There it is.
I was like, it may roll a few times.
Mm,
All right. Well, now that you had a little tickle back into your feet, perhaps you can answer my questions.
What
I'd
were
hate
those?
for this
What were
day
those
to end.
questions again?
What were you digging for and why?
Like I said, information. We
Like
found
I said, I'm not pleased with your answer.
What information were you looking for?
because she goes, you want to be Sharn watch folks. Don't you know who you're messing with? This information that is important to my my leaders. I don't,
Okay.
the information, well, I was just told to get it, truth be told.
Who
Who are
told
you
you to
gonna
get
give
it?
it to?
I was to take it, to my boss,
Yeah, who's your boss?
the great Niho Koi.
And where is the great Niho Koi now? Don't see him helping you.
It would be best if you did not know for your own health.
It would be best for your health to be a little bit more forthcoming.
Niho Koi is in Droham. Good luck finding them.
That's where you had the ticket to. So when you got off at the platform, where were you going to go?
To deliver what we dug up.
Where? At a tavern, hotel, seedy
It's-
back alley? You seem like the seedy back alley kind of type.
She laughs.
Can Arween slap her across the face?
Sure.
Okay, so what do I have to roll for that?
Nothing. You slap her across the face.
Okay.
I mean,
Be in your best
you're
interest
not
to
trying to do
answer.
damage, right? I mean, I don't know.
I'm
This is
trying to
kind of
intimidate.
bordering on torture, but
I'm not torturing her. Slap her across the face. Knock some sense into her.
This is pre Miranda.
I mean, I guess you get the you get the impression that she was just told. I mean, she's like a, mid-level at best, gang leader. She was told to dig in this area. She found some information. Perhaps she was looking for something specific, but she probably doesn't even know what she has.
And where is what you found?
You have like a stack of books in her
Oh,
pack.
so it's the
Oh.
books.
Yeah.
Okay.
By any chance, do any of the three of us that have those underground connections know anything about her boss?
Niho Koi.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's more information. You can roll and then we can.
What would we roll for that?
It would be your probably history,
History?
or there's no streetwise in this game, is there?
No.
There's no society in this game, right? So
Why is it? Hold on. Normal.
So you definitely didn't.
Yeah, no. I realized I was onto the other, so I went ahead and.
yeah, you're not quite sure who Niho Koi is. Some outside of some boss that runs Dosk or helps run Dosk outside of Sharn. That's the only thing you've heard. They may be an ogre.
Hmm.
They may be an ogre or something more powerful.
Alrighty, Neo Koi. All right. So I'll give you one last chance to give us any more information, and then I'm going to turn you over to the watch, and then it's up to them to heal you after they break you down.
She's like, "Oh, you're good little citizens,"
Not really.
handing me over to the watch instead of lower city justice.
If you would prefer lower city justice, we can make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, she had like a chest. She had a chest of stuff in her cabin. So I don't know if we just looked through that last time. I'm not sure.
No, because we had to get to the train.
Oh, it's there. It's there. Yeah, it's right.
We took it, but I don't know that we went through it all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Did we? Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that just like
Yeah, I'll
at the
repost
bottom?
it. I'll repost it, but you can put it in the. I think you have a fat loot handout, don't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we did put it in that fat load.
How long is the
No,
boss?
no one's put it in there.
Okay.
I don't know where you got that ring. Okay.
Sure, Mr. What was the halfling's name again? I forget.
So the Corbin guy?
The guy we found tied up.
Yeah, that was Corin.
Ryan.
I'm sure he's still back up there. We could just turn you over to him.
Oh, he probably left.
I'm just telling her that. She didn't know that.
She kind of laughs. Boromore or nothing.
Mm.
Foolish little halflings.
Was there
Who think themselves way more powerful than they actually are.
All right. Knuckles looks at Arwen and says, "This line of questioning does not appear effective."
No, it does not.
And
Does
he
not
just
compute.
hauls off. And do I have to roll an attack or do I just roll?
What are you trying to do?
Just smack her in the back of the head.
Oh, you probably knock her unconscious with that. I'm pretty sure. That's a crit. Good hit.
So all the hit points Tiger gave her are gone now.
No, okay. So what I wanted to do, but I don't know if the bluff will work. I really just wanted to feel like a sharp pain. I don't really want to.
You don't have to. I mean, remember, you can. It could be. You'll still knock her out, but.
Oh, I don't want to knock her out. Maybe hit her between the shoulder blades. In.
You'll still probably knock her out.
Oh.
Roll damage.
You don't know your own strength, Knuckles.
Yeah. But it's to roll another D4. Yeah. It's a crit. So not. So you do. I mean, you don't. She does not have to be like dying, right? But you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be a lethal hit, but it's still hard enough to knock her unconscious.
Let's say. I do it with the flat of my hand.
Yeah. So it's like she kind of. Well, I guess it's good because she can't.
I have applied the quivering palm technique. At any point in the next month lunar cycle, I can stop her heart with but a thought.
Oh yeah. You have quivering palm already?
No, she doesn't know that.
All right. Well, you knock Gara unconscious. I think some of the watch probably go, hey, what's going on over there? We don't torture.
I wanted her to hear that, so we'll wait till she wakes up, and I'll say that.
Well, she probably can hear it as she's going in, fading into unconsciousness. You could say what you want to say.
Okay.
All right. Well, the Sharn watch drag her off. At least one of the sergeants or one of the men on station gives you a nod, Knuckles, and said, "Yeah, it's probably easier to process her if she's unconscious. Thank you." So they take her off. I'm sure she'll be a reoccurring villain. All right. But that's good pulp noir, good pulp noir. Right. So now you have this stack of books, a chest with a lot of gold in it, 600 gold or so. And then there's a feather token, which you've seen before. That's like a parachute type of thing. And but it doesn't, like, the parachute doesn't come out, but it's like it'll let you float, if you fall off one of the bridges in Sharn. And then a gem. I guess you probably don't know that it has. Someone can make an Arcana check to you know,
I don't think I have Arcana.
you-
Do I?
Irene probably has Arcana. Tiger might have Arcana. Bracken probably has Arcana now, or might have Arcana. In,
I
anyway,
have a 2.
well,
I mean, I'll roll it,
okay.
run it up the flagpole and see who salutes.
Yeah, so you recognize it as a gem of brightness. You estimate it has about 32 charges plus or minus 10%.
Gem of brightness with 32 charges.
Yeah, I put it all that in the loot, all this stuff, and then you have these books, and like I guess how would I just so you have they're all book like, but there's books that are actual like tomes, and they have written words in them, and the schemas are more like slimmer books, more like you'd see like a kind of a technical manual, you know, and then they're also more sturdy. They're not like leather bound. It's like you know, I would say they're both the schemas there, it seems there are 3 of them are metal bound, thin metal plates. One is iron, one is copper, and one is silver. So in and of themselves, they probably be worth something as works of art. And inside they have a lot of esoteric looking blueprints and instructions. So so I guess the second question then is, do you turn over this to the watch?
I don't think so. Arween grew up, you know, with her half orcs that they seemed a little superstitious that if you take it from the ground, it should go back to the ground.
Okay. Oh yeah, I
She
guess well,
She doesn't want
does
any
anyone flip through?
curses.
Does anyone flip through the books? They're probably well.
I mean, I'd like to take a look at the books.
Does anyone read Giant?
I don't know if I do in this game or not. Hold on.
I don't think so. I don't even know where to look for that.
Languages somewhere?
Let me see. You do elf and dragon. Yeah, you do elf and dragon.
Yeah, that's at the bottom left on the character sheet.
Repeat that.
I only have common and elvish. She's of no use to you with that.
Does anybody
can
have
look at pretty
comprehend
pictures?
languages?
Does anyone have what? Comprehend languages?
Comprehend languages?
Not anyone that is here.
Dang. No.
All right. Yeah, so it looks to be in a language that you cannot recognize. The schema, I guess you could I do have if you look at the schema, things you don't have to roll. So it has like pictures and stuff.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
pictures.
So I show you that picture there. So the tome describes and our schematics for the creation. It seems, if you look at it, giant crafted artifacts known collectively, well, as there seems to be a very common name in there, but since you guys can't read giant, you don't know. Each schema looks like the blueprints look to be like these thick metal staves covered in runes. They look cumbersome, but the drawings in the book suggest they're perfect for giant-sized wielders, as if the giant could use them as a wand. Clearly, they're themed because the copper one has like a copper stave, the bronze one has a bronze staff, and the silver one has a silver staff. This is probably like the silver staff that I'm showing a picture of. And you could probably still read math, even if you can't read giant. But it seems like each appears to be 28 inches in length, 6 inches in diameter. So someone could make an investigation roll.
I don't know if I have investigation. That seems like a smarter person type one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a big fat 0 in investigation.
Oh, Brandy. So Brandy, a quick in your head, you quickly deduce that each of these staves would weigh about 75 pounds.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, I don't since you can't read giant, I don't think you'll be able to deduce anything else at this point.
I'd
I'm
say
not okay with, I'm not okay with turning this over to the watch or anyone really. Who would we actually trust?
I don't know. Which one of those things?
House Orion, I mean, technically it was their high quote unquote hired labor, donated labor. I mean, they might know something too, right? Those people who live up in the upper city tend to be smart.
True.
There's also the university, Margrave University. You could go old school and find a sage who might know giant. So that's a possibility. But so you're not going to turn these over to the watch.
No.
And Sergeant Sergeant Vilroy probably has given them, Sergeant Vilroy's probably talked to them, and they're not going to take any unless you want to give them a tip out of any of the cache of money that you guys found. That's up to you. You know you're
Arwen
getting.
we'll give them a tip, and she'll leave a silver so that Gara can have lunch.
Yeah. So how much a tip do you want it? So there's probably like 6 watchmen. How much of a tip do you want to give them?
Is 1 gold piece enough for them?
You're digging in a pile of 600 gold pieces in front of them. That's probably going to be.
I don't think that would be accepted.
Yeah.
Well, they don't see 600 gold pieces. They just see
You reaching into a
adventure.
chest full of coins. Let's see. We'll see if they see. Maybe not. What's up to you? I mean,
Well, how many of
it's
them
a
are
heavy.
there?
It looks like a heavy chest carried by an ogre. There's 6 of them. You probably would know that at least 5 gold pieces, if not more, would be appropriate.
All right.
So that's 30 gold pieces out of the 600. Are you gonna give?
Well, I'm taking them out of my loot because I said I would do it. So
Okay. Oh, out of your share, I guess your share would be 100 for taking them out of your share. But it's up to the other players if they want their PCs to reimburse you.
they don't have to.
Okay. Well, they appreciate it. They say we'll take good care of Gara.
And I gave him a little
But by
silver piece.
good care, do you mean you want to take good care of her or good care of her?
I
I'm
leave
good with
that
little
interpretation up to you.
Well, she is a criminal DOSC member.
Well, I mean, but
I think they're asking if we want her jailed or we want her to just disappear under mysterious circumstances and never to return.
I'm okay with
I don't think-
disappearing under.
I don't think they would do that. They're not like that.
Or to put her inside an area that might be less safe than she originally anticipated.
Like solitary confinement with cement walls and iron bars and
I mean, I guess you also know. I know it's hard to remember everything, but you also know that it seems like the watch, at least Sergeant Villeroy's precinct, might be in the pay of the Boramore. So letting some Boramore thugs know, or putting her into general, and letting Boramore know. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
possibility.
I'd be good with that information passing.
okay.
See if Corn wants to visit her.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I think we should go visit Corin. Personally.
Well, after we go talk to Sergeant Miller.
Well, yeah,
and we get
sure.
paid and stuff.
Yeah, get paid and then go find out.
Yeah, so you
Awesome.
guys go up to the upper city, to the Unicorn of Estates in Mithril Hall, and yeah, and do you share what you found with House de Orion or the guy's Arden?
I would say not all of it. Like, can we tell that all the books are written in the same language? Like, we know that much, right?
Yeah. I guess his oh, the the guy says, we get his name again. Should probably Alden DeOrio. There. I'll write it down or type it out, then I'll remember it. All right. So Alden, he's still very grateful. He introduced you to his wife, Iana. He feeds you guys. Of course, it's not really in his house. It's like on the porch where you met. Let's see. So when you talk about so then Alden says, well, he asked, what was Gara trying to get? Why was she trying to get out of the city? I mean, other than the obvious kidnapping my son and being wanted for kidnapping. I will make sure that she gets the maximum sentence.
All of this apparently was for books.
Oh, books.
Mhm.
So it seemed he's like, what were books? I am shocked that so clearly the books must have some, I mean, because they were buried in like the dirt and it's not dry down there. So clearly the books have some sort of enchantment so they didn't like disintegrate with water. Even the tomes that are written in like giant, right?
And
Oh, I guess someone could look flipping through the books and looking at the pictures. Someone could attempt a history roll. I think that would be interesting information.
It will not be me.
If anyone wants to attempt a history roll as you look through the pictures. No idea. There's pictures of giants in there.
Bracken might know.
Yeah. Yeah, Knuckles, you want to give a shot, or Bracken knows some things, might learn some things there, but that's a good roll.
What role are we making here? History.
History.
History, yeah.
No, okay. Well, Bracken,
I'm sorry.
That's fine. All right. So yeah, there's pictures of giants. Bracken, you see like different types of giants. The giants that live in the clouds, the giants that live in the hills, the giants that love volcanoes, among others. And you see like there's some geography, and it reminds you of the like expeditions you've read about in the Corvair Times and other papers about expeditions to the land of Zendrick. So yeah, it seems that wherever these giants are from, it might be there, and these books might have been from there.
Well, Arween wants to ask Bracken, because he's the only one that has any history knowledge here. Just off the hand where no one else can hear, those schemes, each one of those poles were a different color. Do you think it matches where each one of those groups of giants came from?
Would I know that?
It's possible. You're not sure because you can't read giant. I mean, maybe you could. I mean, I'll let you try at I mean, it's a very small. I'll let you try at disadvantage your Arcana.
Me?
No, Bracken. No, not quite. I mean, you feel like. I mean, if only you knew giant. Really.
Can I ask Alden if he knows giant?
I don't know.
before we say anything about that, do we really want to disclose that much about the books to him?
No, I just want to ask him if he speaks giant.
Well, so Zendrick is an island. It's like a jungle-covered island where and supposedly, you guys would know, it's supposed to be like the fabled land, or the land of the ancient, fabled giant kingdoms, and maybe dragons, and maybe do they know? And there are old elven kingdoms there as well, but the run of the mill elves are hush hush about it. They don't like to talk about it. So, but if anyone could ever mount an expedition to Zendrick, it would be like House Orion or a patron like House Orion. Although I know that both Arene and Onyx, who is not here, have loyalties to another house, so they could be a potential patron as well to go on it if you ever wanted to pursue, you know, these things.
Yeah.
Because clearly you need some sort of gigantic really large forge to smelt and build these things.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know of any giant size forges in Sharn.
I mean, my suggestion would be, because I'm interested in going there, would be that while we're talking to this guy, telling him we didn't find the books themselves. However, we found a lot of information that points towards this island where we would be able to get more of the information, and that seems to be where this other group is trying to go. Would you have any interest in assisting us with an expedition out there?
Yeah, so since you're kind of hiding information from them, first give me a deception, but with advantage. I like your line of reasoning.
Deception. Let me find my mouse.
I believe deception is a thing. Okay, I'm gonna oppose roll. Not Alden seems kind of gullible, but it's the other guy, the Vishtai, the guy, the Kalishtar, who is telepathic. Oh, he actually jumps on it. He jumps on it. He goes, my lord, that'd be a fantastic use of our resources. It would make you famous. So he's like in, you know.
Nice.
Good.
So I guess Alden says, well, I will see what we can do. I'll talk to my brothers and cousins and uncles, and perhaps, oh, that would be fascinating. I am sure Caden would love to fly on an airship across the ocean to see fabled Zendrick.
That would
So,
be fun.
right. Cool.
If there are cameras, you might want to take one.
I don't know if they're cameras.
Just out of curiosity, Alden, do you have anyone you could suggest us taking with, like an archaeologist or maybe someone that actually can read giant?
Let me look at.
Seems like this is going to be a pitiful expedition if we can't
Well, I
even
mean,
read
clearly you
it.
have to find. Clearly, I mean, well, you didn't tell them about the books,
Right.
You didn't really tell them about the books, so because the Kalashtar Vishta is like giant. I don't think
While we were down there in the
because
pit,
I do not speak giant. Oh, were there giant runes down there in the caves?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
we saw
Garla speaks giant, so it seems logical that we would need to know giant.
If we're going to Zendrick, it seems like that would be just a good general skill set to have.
Right. Well, you're not going tomorrow or the next
Yeah.
day, so probably like metagame wise, a couple levels.
Okay.
But they're going to start. The good thing is they'll start working on an expedition, right? So it makes sense within the context of the campaign that it's not like all of a sudden you're flying to Zendrick. So, but if you guys are they're interested. It seems that they're very interested. I'm looking at now. Jeff's character only knows orc, but he might be able to make like a gadget to comprehend languages at some point. So
I mean, what would be perfect is a giant elf, like a giant elf that speaks Elven and giant, and that would be perfect. Then we only have to
I don't
pay
think
one.
I don't think that exists, but there's definitely like Margrave University. There's definitely places you can go to consult a sage
Yeah.
to find this information. they might, they might ask questions. Why do you want to know about that? But you guys can play it
And
off, or pay them off as the need arises.
Sorry about that. Wasn't trying to talk over you. Tiger does speak Elvish already.
There's some reference to Elvish in the books, but it's still written in Giant.
I know. Arwen was saying that she was hoping to find somebody that spoke both Elvish and Giant.
Oh, okay.
You've already got somebody that speaks Elvish,
Right.
so we're
So
good on that.
if you found that Elvish Rosetta Stone that can help you to learn to speak Giant, then yeah, that would work. I guess it wouldn't be Rosetta because Rosetta doesn't exist.
And would we know where to find this stone?
Probably in Zendrick. Or in I think there is isn't there like a, see, you know what I'll do? Do I have a world? I have a world map. I'm going to go to the world map and we can have a lesson in Eberron global geography. All right. So you guys are in, and of course, all the labels are on the GMs. So you guys are in Corvair, right? You're actually, I think, I believe you're like around here. I think Sharn's around here. So if you scroll down, this is Zendrick. It's down here. Right. And if you scroll over, to this is the Elven right here. Oh, I'm on the map layer. This is the Elven land, or the Elven home continent, right? So Droam, oh, by the way, so Droam is like this direction. So she was trying to get up here and then probably go this direction, or this direction here.
It's counterintuitive if she's trying to go to Zendrick.
Zendrick is, when you think about Eberron having a lot of its roots in sort of classic pulp
Yep.
adventure, not pulp fantasy adventure, but like King Solomon's Mines,
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Casablanca, stuff like that. Zendrick is Africa.
Okay. I like Casablanca.
Well, it's kind of Africa, South America, any kind of like,
it's kind of
you're in the jungle and explore
equatorial jungle, lost
Yeah.
lands. Yeah. Yep. And I guess I could go to here, the continental map, which is loading.
I think the idea behind Eberron was to do
if you
like 1930s era pulp adventures, but with a fantasy twist.
Yep. So you guys are down here in Sharn, and if you so right specifically here in Sharn, and then the Gara was trying to take a train here, and then probably she was going to go, and then she's probably going to go this direction to Droam. I will put, since you're learning this stuff, this is kind of cool to me that you guys are like learning. Oh, you
Up
don't
to here?
see. Yeah, I don't know why you can't see the. Oh, because I'm on the.
We'll put on for anybody interested in Eberron. Keith Baker, who created the scene, has a book on drive through called Exploring Eberron that's supposed to be a companion to the 5e Eberron materials.
Yep.
So it's not a direct Wizards of the Coast publication, but it is like his companion book it's, licensed and everything, where he kind of describes more of the setting. So
Yeah.
it's meant to go with 5th edition, but it's also just kind of a good resource for just learning about the world.
Right.
Seems
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
And you can get it print on demand too. So you can get either a PDF version, or you can get a nice hardback version that'll sit on the shelf with all your rule books.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is like kind of the territory, right? So I know we're based in Sharn, but at some point, much like the way I'm treating this is kind of like lower level stuff in Sharn, but then when you get to higher level, you want to see the big wide world, kind of. So I'll go back to that was our little lesson in
Eberron history.
Eberron geography, right? So we're loading. All right, so you have a really good conversation. I think uh I think Alden Diorian is going to put you on retainer.
We like being on retainer.
So he'll pay you 10 gold a week.
Is that each or total?
Each.
I
10
really
gold.
like retainer.
What's that?
I really like retainer.
10
I like retainers.
he looks at Vishtai, and Vishtai nods his head, like they have the probably exchange of telepathic communication. He says, you know what? Just to make it, there are 6 of you, just to make it an even number for me. Well, 100 does not divide evenly by 6. We'll just round up. You rescued my son. That was, a lot of people in this city would not do that for, for someone they really didn't know, money or not. So he's going to up it to like 20 gold pieces
Thank you.
retainer.
We like that.
I don't know. Vishtai probably doesn't mean it to be an insult, but he does say, that's plenty of drinking money, right? Just like he's
Well,
trying to.
drinking, but you're forgetting that we have to also eat.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I forgive me. I meant no offense.
Not offended.
I'm mistaken.
All right. So, I mean, you guys kind of go back and I guess I'm guessing you guys are lower city folks, or maybe you're middle city folks, because that's where you met Sergeant. That's where the Broken Anvil is, in the middle city. Actually, Broken Anvil sounds more like lower city name, but I think
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, we have the sky coach. We can go between the levels pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah. When
I
you
think it'd be-
get back to the Broken Anvil, people are like, "Ooh, look at the fancy new ride that you guys have." So I figure you guys are regulars at the Broken Anvil. You probably have apartments nearby. We don't have to get into that unless you're interested in, having your own place or whatever. Now one could always invest in the Broken Anvil, if you wish as well. No one is going to turn down investment money from rich and powerful adventurers.
How much would we need to invest?
That's a good question. I think the gnome proprietor, he says that he always brags that his cousin on his wife's side, or sometimes it's his mother's side, is an editor at the Corvair Times. So if you guys have any fantastical adventures, he'll make sure that they get front page news.
Mm.
So, but yeah, so he says, well, let me, because Irene, let me run the numbers and I'll get back to you.
Because
But
Arween is thinking,
we
if-
appreciate your patronage
oh yes.
always.
Arween is thinking the retainer is 20 gold a week. She was fine with 10 a week.
Mhm.
So she might offer them 10 gold pieces a week.
That's enough to get your name etched on a couple of barrels of ale, but you know,
That's not enough.
10 gold pieces a week. I don't know. I have to look up what the economy is of Eberron and Sharn in general to
Okay.
get back to you on that. But all right, so you guys can hang out, recover, do your training. Some time passes. If anyone wants to give me like a little interlude of what they do in the interim, they can. If not, we can right, let's take a 5-minute break and then move forward.
Well, I think Arween would be searching out underground to see if there's any other changelings so she can start learning a little bit more about her culture.
Okay, cool. All right.
Brandon's gonna clean her weapons and take a nap.
I want to find a shop and get better armor.
Get what?
Get better armor. Right now, leather. I'm looking to see if I can find studded leather armor.
Oh yeah, no problem. You got the money, you can buy it. It is Sharn, you're gonna be able to find everything. So
And then, I guess just because we have the underground contacts, I guess in the meantime too, trying to find, sort of a connection there and see if we can get any additional information on Neo and all like what's going on there. And then I stepped away for a bit. Did we find somebody who could speak giant?
not yet.
Maybe seeing if they can help find somebody that speaks giant as well.
Okay.
I think Arween will ask Tiger if she wants to come with her.
Yes.
Tiger said yes.
Okay,
Okay.
because she likes having a cat around.
Tabaxi are not just cats, Amy.
I
They're
know.
not pets.
I know. I'm not
Listen.
treating her as a pet. Arween has a tendency to get into trouble, and Tiger can heal her. So
Well, where are we going when we need to get into trouble? I thought we were resting.
no, we're going to the underground to get information about changelings.
Okay. All right, so is I don't think is streetwise a skill in this game.
No, not really.
I don't think so. You mean going to the underground to get
No,
information?
I guess we'll use are you gonna try to like Bracken to find out your information, to Amy and Bracken to find out your information? How are you gonna go about doing it? More inquisitive or more like roughing people up to find it, or trying to persuade people to tell
I
you
was
what's
kind of hoping to persuade people to give me information.
okay.
I'd
And
probably go to my contact since we have that.
yeah, so I'll say investigation for Bracken, and then for Amy, I guess you can use persuade.
Okay. Oh, I'm very persuasive.
I'm not very investigation.
Do I have the same thing as you? I do.
We're both different with them.
That's right. That's right. I have ear to the ground as well. Okay, well, I'm going to use my ear to the ground as well and see if I know anything on Bracken's assistance before I go take a nap.
Okay. And Knuckles, what did you want to be doing?
Probably just resting up and recovering.
Is there
Knuckles
like
is
That's
honing
only
your
been a-
technique.
like a homeless street urchin at this point. So
Oh, I'm sure since you guys are word on the streets as you guys are up and coming heroes, I'm sure that the gnome proprietor, who I will give you a name because, that's what GMs do. And the gnome proprietor, his name is Georgie, and then I have to figure out the house name. He claims he is from the
Arween might ask Tiger's help in writing a letter, by the way. She might not be quite astute on that yet.
he claims he is a member of House Civis, which is the house of the Mark of Scribing. So Georgie is like more than willing. He goes, "Oh, Knuckles, is that your designation? Is that what they call you?" He goes, I wouldn't mind you hanging around, looking tough. You can stay here."
Okay.
So he says he'll,
So it's just, did I just get a job as a bouncer?
pretty much.
Okay.
We're pimping out Knuckles now.
I don't know what he doesn't mention anything about pay because he doesn't, he's a little, I guess, confused, and it's a bit awkward. He feels to even talk to Warforged, but you doubt that he is actually House Civis. You've never seen a dragon mark on him in any case, but let's take 5, and then we'll jump back into the adventure. I think I will give you XP for this part of the session too. So, but we'll be right back. So hold on. All right, some time passes, and eventually someone comes to your establishment, to the Broken Anvil, and it is none other than Corin Delmaco.
He must be looking much better than he was last time we saw him.
Oh yeah, he's all healed up. He kind of comes in. Presumably you guys like hang out and sit together. Maybe Knuckles may or may not be on duty, but probably they're hanging out near where he watches. And he kind of gives you like a head nod, and he says, a nice place you have here.
Yep. We serve only the finest.
Oh, well. He says, my people want to talk to you all.
Well, lucky for you, we have an opening in our schedule.
Well, good.
What are we going to talk about?
They didn't give me the details. I guess because I was captured, they thought I broke, but of course I didn't break. I would never break to those. He spits on the ground, but then of course, oops, sorry, cleans it up. Those Dosk. Yeah. Anyway, I presume it is about a job.
Does he want to meet us here in our fine establishment, or?
No, he puts down like a, what looks like it, like a card you get for an invitation.
Okay. Like a calling card from the turn of the century?
Yep. And it is an invitation to a nightclub.
Oh, we don't get out very much.
Hey, party.
Arween wants to ask Knuckles if he knows how to dance.
I do not.
That's okay.
Actually, probably he probably says he doesn't, but he probably, as a monk, probably could do a pretty good job.
Well, we'll test that theory when we get to the nightclub then.
Is there any attire type that we should be leaning more towards wearing?
Because I wouldn't be carrying your arms in armor and looking all gruff. I know it's not upper city, but it is respectable. He says, he kind of smirks. Well, at least, you know, at least in the front.
So it's ball gowns in the back? And she'll wink at him.
As well, you know, the things that Boromir needs to do, you know.
But we can be dressed appropriately.
All right, well, that'd be great. I don't know if I will be there. Depends on what the boss wants, but yeah. So what is this one? Ah, there we go.
I mean, Arween will just change as a changeling into clothing that's appropriate.
Well, I mean, you just change your form. You don't change your clothes. Really? Not that I. No, you don't think you change your clothes.
Well, right now she has a lot of knives and all that kind of stuff, so she'll probably pack those away.
I mean, you probably could get away with like a concealed weapon or something, but
Mm-hmm.
and of course, Knuckles is a weapon, right?
In fact, I think if you were to give Knuckles a fancy looking walking stick, like it's just an accessory, that also counts as a monk weapon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Club.
Yep, that's funny.
Arween will put a nice outfit on. Maybe split up the side, show a little leg.
Mhm.
Like the Warforged coming into a nightclub is just his armor plating, you know, with a bow tie and a monocle and a cane.
Right.
That's a
funny.
very funny vision.
That is pretty funny.
How are you guys dressed?
I don't really have any nice clothes, so I'm just gonna leave any large weapons at home and just go with what I'm wearing, I guess. Unless I can stop on the way and find a cute dress that fits a bugbear. Which I think might
Well,
be an interesting attempt to locate.
You can squeeze through objects, right? So, you know, you could probably fit in anything.
We'll get you a corset.
Oh,
What?
yeah, it's nothing like the overstuffed fluffy sausage look. There we go, that's lovely. Just jam to halfling size dress there.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Tiger, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing my fancy new armor that I just bought. So
Okay.
it's good.
I'm gonna destroy whatever I wear. I already know this. just because you can squeeze into that,
You're gonna rage and then like
it's gonna all break. Yeah, it's just gonna take one thing. And if I end up borrowing somebody else's clothes, like what am I gonna do? Return it tattered and be like, thanks for the loan, I owe you later?
just make sure this,
Hope
Right.
you weren't doing this?
this is a PG-13 program.
Yeah. So I think I'll stick with what I got.
We can get you a dress made out of elastic. It'll expand when you rage.
Honestly, the first thing that came to the mind was if you've ever seen, did you ever see the Carol Burnett show?
Yes.
Okay, when she was making fun of Gone with the Wind,
Mm-hmm.
just the curtain dress with the curtain rod through it. Like, it's taken off the top. belt it and I'm good.
There you go. You could take the curtain rod
we-
and give
we
it to
just-
Knuckles.
We just alienated every millennial and Gen Z viewer on this.
Oh yeah. But we have a couple of those in the game, so.
Yeah, we
All right,
currently.
so
have
the
wild.
invitation, there's the invitation for 6 to Club Alibi, or
Ooh.
just the Alibi. It is in Clifftop.
Can I get a like a walking stick that functions as a club?
Yeah, you could get one of those. Just buy
Okay.
a club, the equivalent of a club. Maybe like spend a little extra on a
Or
club.
would it count as a mace since it might have like a polished knob?
Yeah, they don't distinguish like horseman's mace versus footman's mace, so I don't know.
It's just mace.
I feel like it'd be
I don't know what
club. I feel like it'd be club. Pay for a club, but
Okay.
like a nice.
Got like a nice, iron shod.
Yeah,
Tip.
yeah.
Well, if Arween is gonna walk in with Knuckles that way, maybe she should dress more steampunk.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's called Club Alibi, or just the Alibi, which is
Okay.
ironic if you think about it. It is Clan Boromor. So let's get back to here. And yeah. So you guys, I mean, it's for today, by the way. And apparently, so when you guys spend, some money, probably for nice clothing and all, probably like five gold pieces or so for some nice clothing, appropriate clothing. And then if you want to get any extra accessories, then you can figure that out, like your walking stick. But so how much is a club in the game?
1 silver piece.
So probably like you spend a gold piece, you get a very nice, maybe it'll do like, since you're iron shotting it, maybe it'll do like an extra point of damage, not magical, but extra point of damage.
So the club normally does 1d4.
So like maybe 2 to 5 points of damage.
Okay.
So how much would Arween have to pay for a steampunk outfit,
Just pay
including the hat?
Just pay like 5 gold pieces for a fancy outfit. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Is
I mean,
there
it
a
is
way,
based
is
on-
there a
based
way
on-
that her hat could be metal rimmed so she could use it as a weapon if needed?
That would be like a throwing disc or something.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be what's similar to that.
Akram.
How much is it, Akram?
That would be in the. I think you'd have to look in the. Oh, I have it in my D&D Beyond though. Hold on a second, because comes from the. I think it's the Mythic Odyssey of Theros.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's cool. I had that book too.
I may be just remembering that wrong. How do you spell that?
Theros. I have that book on my shelf. I just gotta track it down. Man, I got a lot of stuff. Okay. But if you can
Yeah,
find
I'm
it.
not finding it.
But you know what? You know what? We have we have Google. So it's, what'd you call it? Chakram?
Yeah, it's the thing like Xena throws the.
Chakram D&D 5e with the Googles. They cost 50 gold pieces, by the way.
It might be worth it.
Yeah, 1d6 50 gold pieces, 1d6 slashing. If you're gonna incorporate into a hat, it'd probably be another couple gold pieces. So like 52 gold pieces.
Okay.
And you have like a throwing hat like Oddjob. That's pretty awesome. Like Oddjob from James Bond from Goldfinger.
Okay, so I spent my gold and now I've got a steampunk outfit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wear this more places,
Yeah.
Or you could trade like a boomerang. I know boomerangs are in here for.
How do I add my hat to my character?
Well, I just
sheet?
put the stats there.
No, I don't know where to put it. Under armor, I guess,
Under equipment.
or a weapon.
Tiger, Brandy, and Bracken all went and purchased suitable attire as well.
Okay. Yeah, you probably can't carry you could probably, like I would say, Brandy could probably like try to conceal a dagger or short sword. I don't know. Like a big weapon would be hard pressed to.
Yeah.
Or they probably will. I mean, as you kind of approach the nightclub and you see the line, you see there's some people who want to some adventure types that you want to go in with weapons, and the bouncers, which are they would never be like a goblin kind, but you definitely see like a couple large humans and one like ogre there as bouncers, and they ask people to check in their weapons. So um, it looks like, but it looks like daggers, like fancy little daggers, are seem to be fine because that's how people usually eat with, is a dagger, not like utensils. But you know, so you wanted to add Amy a
Did I do this correct? You can look at my screen.
yeah, that's fine. That's probably fine. Let me see. Damage, it's finesse, so it's dex damage.
So how do I put that on here then?
I got it.
Oh,
Damage is, you got it, 1d6 slashing, 20, 40 crit. Yep, it looks like you're there.
I don't know how to save this though.
You don't, it just automatically.
Oh, okay.
So you could
Yeah.
test it out. Yep, there you go. And then you click on the, cool. Well, let me make sure it's also, it's finesse too. So attack would also be dex, sorry.
This
fixed-
slashing. So
yeah, fixed.
Dex. So
Yeah, I
my,
fixed it. It's finesse weapon, so
I have +2 for Dex. So do I need to put that on there?
it's on there. It's on there already. It's on there. It didn't give you your, I fixed it.
Okay.
On there. Okay, cool.
Alright.
All right, so yeah.
All right.
So we get to
I
the
mean,
alibi.
looking all debonair now.
Oh, did I show you guys? We get to the alibi, the nightclub. It's happening. There's people on the top floor, people on the bottom floor. There's a brawl here and there, but the bouncers quickly break it up. So there you go, walking stick. Nice.
No walking.
All right. So when you come in, you present your, no one's trying to like conceal any like big weapons in.
Nope, just the one on my head.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
can
try to
feel
keep a
it.
short sword with me.
You're
Well,
gonna
I
what?
mean, that's probably a good idea, Brandy.
Yeah, just because I don't have a dagger. So
All right. Well, they're
Well-
gonna look. Well, for one, they look at you, Brandy, and actually Bracken too. They're like, any DOSC affiliation among the two of you?
nope.
And they're looking at the invitation already. They're kind of looking you guys up and down. They hand it to one of the humans there, and then the human sends the other bouncer in. And of course, people are like complaining because there's a line, and the music's going on, and like, hurry it up there, hurry it up. People already been drinking and stuff. Eventually, like a halfling comes over, and it is yep, it looks like, if you were guessing, you'd say this person is like a acolyte or priest that comes to the door, like a youngish halfling woman. She looks at the invitation. She looks at you. So they're invited. They're invited, Miles. They're invited. The weapon, though. What would people think? So they ask Brandy to turn over your weapon.
No.
Well, then I guess, madam, you will have to wait outside.
Well, here's the thing. The standard way of eating is with a dagger, and this is the smallest thing that I have. Would you prefer that I go into your dining establishment and eat with my hands?
She pulls out a dagger and hands it to you,
That works. I'm agreeable.
and they give you like, it's like you're checking in a coat, they give you like a little chit, with the number on it. And they put it, you see, they put it in like a storage rack, and like looks like a mini armory. Anyone else try to bring any big weapons in?
I don't think so, but Tiger
Jack-
did drop off of roll 20.
Oh, Tiger. Okay, well, Connie will come back.
She's here with us. She just
Okay,
There she is.
there
What
she
is-
is.
she just put her computer on sleep mode by accident.
Yeah, so they right, so yeah, things that are probably weapons that don't look like weapons, they don't seem to mind or care about, or either they don't notice, or they're pleasantly tickled by it, something like that. Some creative thinking there. So you
Are
guys,
we just feeling a little out of place? I don't see anyone else dressed steampunk style.
oh yeah,
So I have a question. Would
Sure.
because I have a rapier, would the rapier be small?
no,
since
you
I'm
need
a-
to turn it. You need to turn it in.
Like, would it be smaller?
No,
It'd just be like a normal rapier size?
yeah,
Well,
there's
then
no like AD. I think AD&D was the last time where they had small weapons versus large. Maybe did they do that in 3.5? I don't even remember. They did it in 3.5. Whereas if you were a small humanoid, that you'd have a small weapon that did less damage. Maybe they did that. In any case, like, they're gonna ask you to turn that in, Bracken.
That's fine.
Okay.
Do you have a dagger to eat with?
No, I don't need one.
You're just gonna eat with your hands.
We'll see.
Like everyone else. All right. Tiger, do you turn in your weapon? Or if you have a weapon, I don't know if you have a weapon.
I think she left him at.
I do
Okay.
not bring them.
Okay.
She came kind of dressed in full blown cleric look.
Yep.
I-
Sure. Yeah, you kind of match that acolyte of the House of Healing, House Jarosco. It's
And I have a holding thing.
yeah, and she introduces herself as Annie.
Annie?
She goes, yes, it's funny. Annie the acolyte. My cousins tease me all the time. So, but she goes, well, welcome. Corin gets into a lot of trouble, but he is a valued member of our society, and we are glad that you rescued him. And he says you are very competent, robbing trains or stopping the robbing of trains. More importantly, she's kind of saying this. She's saying this like, even though there's like noise all around you, you feel like you can almost hear her, even though she's talking in an even tone of voice. It's like almost like there's a bubble around you guys, and you can hear what she's saying even with all the ambient noise and flashing lights and all that kind of stuff as you kind of pass by the bar and then to the dance floor. And it looks like she says, well, she goes, in any case, you seem to be competent, and that is what we are needing right now.
Mhm.
The clan, that is. So
What need might we be filling?
the boss Johns will be talking to you about that in a second. It is up to you if you want to do business now or enjoy the alibi. She gives each of you like a token for a free drink,
Thank you. I do enjoy a good Congo line.
and she kind of as if she were like a host in a restaurant. She leads you to like a round table, like a booth where you can sit in there. She has someone bring over a chair for the Warforged, because the Warforged and then the Bugbear, because you probably won't fit into the booth itself, because kind of large. But she says, just track me down. I will be wandering around. And then she points out like a few other people who look like they're not really, that they're more like, bouncers or guards as opposed to patrons, like that are just kind of, the kind of people you see at a club that just kind of are watching everything and wandering around and not participating in the fun. She points out some of those people. Just find me or one of our employees and let them know that you would like to talk business.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So you guys get your free drink token. I don't know if you right. Knuckles doesn't drink, so someone has an extra. I guess, right? Right? Does Knuckles doesn't consume anything, right? BJ?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't they have oil or something that he could get?
Nope. Don't
Nice.
have to take anything.
No. Yeah, you're probably like the only Warforged in the club.
Warforged are not really mechanical. They're more like golems.
Yeah,
They're just animated material.
right. Well, they're all armor plated and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like underneath the armor, it's like wood and stone
Yep,
and,
yep,
and stuff like that.
yep. So yeah, I thought it was cool, like in 3.5 that they used to like have different types of plating for the Warforged. I don't know if they've redone that in this one.
Well,
In
Arween
5e.
would drag Brandy out onto the dance floor.
Okay.
See if they can't get a Congo line going, and then she'll invite Knuckles because he says he doesn't know how to dance, but she secretly thinks he does.
Okay.
All right. Do you make fools of yourself or not? We will see. Oh, there is perform. So everyone can make a perform check.
Perform.
Yay.
It's all right. I suck at it too. It's okay.
Oh man, Knuckles is a hit.
I didn't even use my dex for that. That would have been better.
Yeah, Knuckles is a hit. And I guess his robotic or I guess stiff dance moves. Bracken does really well. So
Is Tiger gonna dance with us?
oh, you
out
don't have
on
to
the
do
floor?
acrobatics.
No.
Oh man, if you're there's not enough room to do flips or anything. But you still perform very well. So
Arween is gonna take her hat off and bow to Knuckles and put her hat back on.
cool. All right, so I don't know how eventually you guys are gonna want to talk business, correct?
Yeah, we're just having
Yes.
some fun.
Yeah, I don't think it looks like there's too much security for there to be any real trouble. There's some arguments here and there, but like I said, they're quickly broken up. So unless you guys want to cause trouble, which you can, it's your prerogative as free agents here. But you can cause trouble if you would like. But you see that security is kind of on it. If you wanted to, you could probably maybe someone like Bracken, if you wanted to, you could do perception to check out the security layout and how many people there might be. That's up to you, or you don't have to. So there are you count eight security moving in and around the club, and then looks like there's one dude that they kind of go to regular to report and talk to, like a quite large human, like who's bald and bristling with muscles, that they kind of talk to. And the security is a combination. You see like humans, a couple halflings, a couple dwarves, so as well, and an orc. So yeah, you suspect that the big bald human could actually be half orc too.
Do they have weapons?
They does not look like they have weapons. Maybe they have they probably have like a billy club type of thing, but that's about it.
Okay.
the big or half orc that looks like the leader. Looks like he just has his arms like folded. He doesn't have any weapons. So if Knuckles wants to fight him, maybe.
I'll share that information with everybody.
Okay. All right. So do you track down Annie, or do or one of these guys, or to get to business?
Well, Arween would be pretty interested in meeting the half orc because she once upon a time thought she was one.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, he's not a dragon mark. He's not Tharsk. It doesn't look like he's Tharsk. But all right. So yeah, you can go talk to him.
Okay.
He's like, because are you like up here as a half orc, or are you like human, or what's your appearance today?
Half orc.
Okay. He goes, "Can I help you, ma'am? Nice hat.
Thank you.
Clever."
I thought I would blend in better this way. Apparently I don't. But
Don't-
I don't see a lot of half orcs around, so I thought I might come over and say hello.
He says, "Well, hello. I am on duty."
Well, my name is Arween. Nice to meet you. I'm on duty.
Arween is not a very orky name.
No, it's not.
Orcish
Do you-
name, he would say.
Do you
Because-
have a different name than I'm on duty?
He goes, looks at you. He extends his big meaty hand, says, "I am Brax,
Nice to meet you, Brax.
just Brax." Because are you ready to do business with the boss?
Yes, are you going to escort us back there?
I can. If you would get your crew together.
Certainly.
Because I am surprised you did not cause any trouble.
Did you want us to?
I would recommend against it.
It did seem a little inappropriate. Especially since we're here by invitation, it seemed very inappropriate.
Ah, well. So a group with scruples.
Mm-hmm.
Scruples is a big word for Brax. All right. Anyway, he escorts you to the back. It looks more like a conference room, right? And in back there, so Brax stays with you guys, and then I guess Annie tags along, and there's another acolyte, a male halfling, and then there's a boss in a big chair that's way oversized for him because he's also a halfling, and he stands up, and Tiger definitely recognizes him also as like a priest or cleric of some sort. And he kind of gives you like a sort of salute. He's also wearing a top hat, so you don't feel so out of place, Arween. He's wearing a top hat. He has a walking stick, and the walking stick has like a dragon as the sort of the pommel. And where is it? Yeah, it's a dragon as a pommel. And he goes, I am Johns. You can call me Boss Johns if you want, but you're not part of the clan, so you can call me Johns. Please sit down. Sit down. Any more refreshment? I hope you've enjoyed the alibi so far. Feel free to stay as long as you would like, even after our business is concluded. Though, perhaps if you are indeed, yeah, it does. It definitely has. Oh, is it a dragon or a wyvern? Oh, actually, as you look at it more closely, it is actually a cockatrice. No, it's not a cockatrice. Wrong. So it's wrong house. Wrong house. No, it is not a dragon. It in fact is a griffin on the pommel. You saw the wings, and now you see that they're feathered. There's actually a griffin on the pommel, which you would know. You don't have to roll. That is a symbol of the House of Healing, House Jarosco.
Arween wants to make a comment and say that's a lovely walking stick.
Oh, thank you very much. I can give you the name and location of where I had it made. Though I recommend you do not walk around with a griffin on your pommel. people might think the wrong thing.
No, I would prefer a dragon.
Interesting. Interesting. He says not a what is it? What is the symbol of Tharsk? Bull or a manticore, I think.
Well, my people sometimes are dragon marked, so why not a dragon?
He nods. Perhaps, perhaps.
And you, Brax, what house do you come from?
Because I am of no house.
Well, maybe you'd want to join mine one of these days. Then you can maybe have a boar.
I think, oh, hippogriff. You guys have the hippogriff.
Hippogriff. Okay.
Is that, nope, that's not it.
Hmm.
I should know these. Oh, finding is indeed a, it's right here. Oh, it is, it looks like a dragon or a manticore.
Is what a manticore?
I guess it looks like, yeah, it looks like a manticore.
All right. I'm still sticking with a dragon. I think
Yep.
they're pretty cool.
Okay. Cool. All right. So he has you sit down. He brings refreshments if you would like. After you exchange pleasantries, he gets down to business. Because I know you have had a run-in with Dosk in recent times. Dosk is a notorious organization, and we are about, we here in the clan are about, you know, what would it be? We here in the clan are about society and generosity and helping those who cannot help themselves. And Dosk always seems to get in the way of that. They are thugs. That is all I can say about them. They are, well, I feel that you can help us. So we have heard through our channels, but we do not want an all-out clan war. So we hire proxies such as yourselves to deal with these things. We have learned that Dosk is, we have a lead on a shipment of Dosk dragon's blood. Dragon's blood is awful. It is an addictive drug and substance, and, well, it goes counter purpose to what we in the clan are trying to do. We know of a location down below where a boss, a notorious goblin boss in the cogs named Crinzy, what a foul sounding name too.
Crazy?
Crinzy.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
he has his little hideout, and it is he who will be taking shipment. So he probably has information on where that shipment is coming from, when it will be arriving. So my job for you and we in the clan, the Bormore clan, will pay handsomely, and you will also have our goodwill to deal with this goblin boss. I do not care how you deal with him. This is in the cogs. No Sharn watch goes down there. Deal with him, find out about the shipment, and as a bonus, if you can take care of that shipment and make sure it does not get into Sharn, well, you will have my eternal gratitude. And Boss Johns always sticks by his word.
I'm sure you do. And does your appreciation come with any zeros after it?
Ah, money. What is your going rate?
I don't know, about 600 gold.
That sounds reasonable.
I
To
mean,
me.
but you did say that there'd be an extra bonus if we got rid of the shipment, so
Ah,
shall we?
that would include the bonus.
No, our going rate is 600. Bonus is bonus.
All right, so give me a persuasion.
Okay. Trying to give you a persuasion. I did roll it. Here we go.
It's there. He goes, well, it was going
I
to be
push?
50 for taking out boss Crinzy, and 50 for if you do find out about the shipment to each of you. Now, I can throw in free drinks on the house at the alibi
For how long? One visit or multiple?
until you upset us.
Then let me talk to the party. I mean, it sounds acceptable to me.
That is fine. We will step out so that you can discuss your alone. So they all leave.
What do you guys think?
I say take it because that gives us a way back in here. So hopefully we might be able to overhear anything, possibly get more jobs later on since we're nearby. I can see benefit to that.
Okay. And Tiger?
Yes. Although I don't know what good these drink tokens are gonna do me. You can drink, I can.
Yes.
Well, so whether you choose not to, it's fine. It's up to you. But
Yeah. Bracken and Knuckles?
No, you just can't murder people. You're allowed to drink.
Knuckles and Bracken.
That sounds good to me.
I'm fine with the price. I think that it's the biggest plus is having a contact in the underworld. I mean, they seem like they kind of run a lot of things. So I'm more interested in what we can get from, from John's versus the gold. Gold is gold, which is nice, but information, jobs, things like that. I think that's the most valuable thing. So
Oh, I should have had you all roll attempt an insight roll,
Okay.
by the way, when you're talking to Johns.
Oh,
You can
do
do that as you think and discuss things about
Okay,
his
so-
presentation. Bracken's like, I love these guys. All right.
Erwin's a little distracted by the half orc.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Knuckles.
Let me need your holders.
I'm just
Knuckles.
along for the ride.
Okay, you're not going to insight.
Oh, insight. Yeah, I
And
guess.
Tiger with the insight too.
Oh, Knuckles.
All right, Knuckles. You definitely could, maybe because you've been around the underworld a lot, and now you're like, maybe it's a revelation to you. Perhaps maybe it is not, that House Jarosco is intertwined with Boromore somehow. So is the Boromore clan the strong arm of House Jarosco, the House of Healing? It's kind of funny in a weird way. But definitely John's, and maybe because you've been around these types or worked for them for a while, John's is not revealing everything that he's telling you. It's not just out of the kindness of his heart that he wants to stop dragon's blood reaching Sharn, or a shipment of dragon's blood reaching Sharn. There's something else.
So I would share that insight with the rest of the group.
Okay. So do you want me
So-
to question him about that?
You just say drinks for free until you upset him.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
I say that we just hold on to that information.
Yeah.
Take anything
We'll
they
figure it out.
So Bracken and Brandy have underworld connection. So does Knuckles, right? They all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys can make in I think it would be I feel like investigation is like recall knowledge, like from a experience and intellectual point of view. Whereas so go ahead and attempt an investigation. Or history, maybe investigation or history, whatever's better for you. Oh, Brandy. Okay, that's cool. That's good. There's okay. Knuckles if you wanted to too, but unless you
History.
history or investigation. They might be the same for you. All right. So Brandy, you know you've heard, but you're not quite sure that there's another drug that's pretty popular in Sharn in the city and among the lower city folks, although maybe it's a bit more some of the upper class uses it a lot. It also is called Dream Lily. And it's possible that Bormore could be behind Dream Lily sales in the city.
What does Dream Lily do?
They're both, I would say, let's see, Dream Lily probably gives like a high and hallucinogenic state. They're but and Dragon's Blood is kind of more of like a meth cocaine vibe, so it makes you aggressive and angry, but they're both very addictive. People are strung. You've seen people strung out from both. So both are bad.
Neither one is good to have in the city. All
Right.
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 Duly noted.
See, it's pulp noir, man. It's fantasy
Yep.
noir. Moral choices. All right. Okay. So they come. I guess they come back when you knock on the door when you all are ready.
Yep. We're ready.
Because well, John says, well, is this acceptable to help us rid this plague from the streets? He hams it up.
It's acceptable. I just want to ask one more thing.
Uh-oh.
Do you
That's-
have a back door we could come in?
Oh,
Or-
yes. You do not have to come in through the front. If you want to leave through the back door, that's
Okay.
Back-
Because when we
backdoor
came,
men are a commodity in the city.
well, yes, but when we came through the front door, even with your invitation, shall we say, our friends weren't even allowed to bring in their own items. They had to check it. I just don't feel like if we come through the back door, we would have to do that. Is that correct?
Yes. Annie will provide you with the code of the day. It varies from day to day and it changes monthly.
Okay, sounds great.
So Annie quickly scribbles down on there some things. Takes her about a minute or so. And then you see like it's a series of like a code of knocks, depending on the day, to knock on the back door in the alley.
Arwene's gonna ask Knuckles if he can memorize that.
Okay.
Because she's not gonna remember.
Yep. So, okay. So you guys can leave or take off or whatever you wish.
All right, well, we have to get the weapons back.
Yeah, you have to go out and get your weapons back. Oh, they give you like directions, although I think with Bracken and Cindy's knowledge, you probably have a good idea where Crinzy's hideout is in the cogs.
Okay.
But just in case, the other acolyte, Elaine, it's a halfling male, Elaine. He has like a little map for you, and
Okay.
a little schematic with a map. That's like arrows and type of stuff. It's not like a it's more like a schematic map, but you get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, thank you. It's been a lovely evening.
oh well, like I said earlier, stay as long as you like, or as little as you like. I know you mercenary types like to get on with the business. And the sooner the better. The sooner the better, he says. We must stop this shipment of dragon's blood into the city, so it will not harm our fellow citizens.
I completely understand.
And Annie says, yes, yes, and know that House Jarosco has a house of healing specifically dedicated to those that have become addicted to dragon's blood.
And do you also treat those that are addicted to Dream Lily?
Uh-oh. Amy, when Amy ruins everything, let's see how they react.
Why am I ruining it?
Happen. We're not making any insinuations or anything along that line. It's just if we happen to see any individuals struggling, we don't know if you have any specialization with their treatment.
All right. They keep their cool about it, and although you do probably see that Annie looks at John's for a second, and then she says, well, of course. Although Dream Lily, I feel like it is more the problem of the middle and upper city. We focus on those who have been plagued by dragon's blood and what the DOS distributes among the poor and the downtrodden.
Oh,
To add insult to their
agree.
injury.
Absolutely.
So, and she seems very convincing, but you can try to incite her on that one if you wish, but she seems very convincing.
Okay.
She's a cute little halfling.
I bet she is.
She gives you like the little, like the cat eyes, stares at you. Yeah, you totally believe her.
You see my rolls before they pop up on the screen.
Yep.
That's weird.
Okay. Well, so do you stay or go? And do you get to it? You guys are healthy and ready to go. I mean, it's not like you've been doing stuff for the last couple, few days or whatever, or however long the interim was. So.
I do have one other question for them.
Okay.
Do you know of any specific dealers of dragon's blood that you would like for us to target as well for, potential removal from the area?
Oh, well, if I'm sure Crinzy will have this information, but I will have my people get on it. Elaine, chop, find a list of ne'er-do-well dragon's blood dealers that these fine adventurers can take out. When he says take out, it's like very poignant, like fervent almost.
So
like he smiles and you think you see vampire. No, I'm just kidding. He's not a vampire. All right.
So with these other ones, other than the one we're being tasked to find, did you want maybe perhaps them to visit you before we dismiss them?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we bring them to you and you deal with them.
No, just deal with them.
Okay.
Deal with them in your adventurer way. No involvement of the watch, please.
Well, we only involve the watch when we need to.
Yes. Sergeant Vilroy and I play a lot of cards together.
Yes, he's...
Ooh, which could actually give you some insight.
Yeah.
Without a roll.
Well, we kind of suspected he was on that.
Yeah, the alibi does have like gambling and casino on the top, on the upper level. So you did see that. I forgot about that. Gambling. I forgot about that. BJ, gambling.
Is Knuckles good at
PCs
gambling?
like to gamble.
Okay.
Give it dice.
Yeah. Right, so nice. The buy-in for that.
Yeah, it depends. You just tell me how much you want to bet, make the roll, and we'll see if you.
I am actually proficient with dice. But
Are you really?
I don't know exactly. Yeah, but I don't know exactly how that.
It just gives it +2 proficiency and your level proficiency bonus when you use that.
But
they have craps
really
tables up. They have
what
craps
ability
tables.
you're supposed to use.
Oh, you don't. You just press on the proficiency. You just press on the equipment.
I know, but you have to have it. You have to. Don't you have to?
No.
You have to assign an attribute to it.
I don't think so. You can assign decks. I don't care. I mean, if it asks you to assign an attribute, I don't think it does, but you could do dex or intel or wisdom, whatever is best for you.
Arlene's putting her money on Knuckles.
Yeah, so there is like, cards and roulette, and what does it give you? It
I
just
think I
says
rolled very well.
it says it give you a 3 + 5 on that. So
Yeah, they didn't roll very well.
yeah.
Bracken, on the other hand.
Well, you guys got to tell me before you roll how much you're betting, and then we'll see if you,
Okay.
you can't just
I
pretend
was making
roll,
sure it worked.
huh?
I was making sure that like it worked, but
Okay. Well, they have craps tables. They definitely have dice. They have, the equivalent of Eberron poker, the equivalent of Eberron blackjack. They're probably called something else. You know, I'm sure
Yeah,
like
that-
blackjack is called bust or something like that. And then poker is probably called dragon ante or something like that.
Yeah, 3 dragon ante.
Yep, something like that. So
Arlene's not into the gambling. She's heading back to the dance floor.
okay. So does anyone want to
Actually,
gamble?
I
I
do.
actually have 3 dragon ante somewhere on my shelf over here.
Funny. Does anyone want to gamble or not? If not, we
Yeah, I'll
can-
gamble.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I'm
Bracken
gonna
wants
gamble.
to gamble. I think Brandy will as well.
Okay. All right. So Arlene's gonna go out and dance. Okay.
She's gonna see if Brax will dance with her because she doesn't want to dance
No.
alone in her spiffy
Bra-
outfit.
What's the bet?
Yeah, just tell me you tell me how much you want to bet. of
Let's
your-
let's start with a gold piece.
Okay. Oh man.
Nice.
All right. I'll say you end up so far you've gotten 5 gold pieces
All right.
at your small stakes craps table.
I'm gonna bet 10 gold pieces.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to a higher stakes craps table. And
No.
you break even.
What's the query attribute on this?
She said either like intelligence that you'll probably want to do dex.
Dex? Oh,
What is
I'll take my 5 that I won and reinvest that in a new bet.
Okay. Nice. You double your money there. 10 gold pieces.
Brandy's gonna bet 1 gold piece.
Nice. So
You should have
she
bet more.
also gets to let's say to 3 gold pieces she gets.
Nice.
To makes 3 gold, so 4 total. So I guess Knuckles it would have been yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
I bet 5 more.
Is
Okay.
Tiger off gambling?
20 gold pieces.
What?
Oh,
Right. So you lose that 5.
okay. Well, I'm up
Tiger-
5. That's good for me.
Does Tiger want to gamble?
No, Tiger does not want to gamble.
So Tiger's at least Tiger's out there dancing with Arween.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
Bracken, you wanted to bet again?
Yeah, 20 gold pieces.
Okay. You playing still at dice? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
You make 40. You double it.
Brandy will bet 5.
Oh, get your bets up. Let's go.
I have no intention of betting all of my money.
You should have more than 5.
You adjust so 5. So is that you got 19, so 20. So now you're up to 20 gold pieces, Brandy.
I go. I'll
Okay.
bet 10. Why
Okay.
not? We'll do
Okay.
one last one.
And you lose it all.
That's okay. I had 20 there for a while. I lost 10. I still am up by 4. I'm good with that.
So I guess Bracken's having a run of luck, and someone like one of the one of the halflings comes, like of the bouncers that you, or the security that you've seen earlier, and kind of taps you on the shoulder.
Yes.
I think you should move to a new table, sir. Or perhaps count your earnings and call it a night.
What table can I go to?
I think we should call it a night.
He actually like checks your dice, checks the dice and make sure that they're not, that they're not weird.
You're loading the dice there.
No, he's not, but he's not, but
One more bet, and I'll bet all my earnings.
all 40, okay.
I'll even throw in an extra 10, 50
Oh,
gold
God.
pieces.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Just asking
So
for
so
trouble, don't do it.
the guy who's running the game looks at the security guy says, shrugs his shoulders, nods his head, and then you will leave, sir, win or lose.
Then we'll leave.
Okay.
Oh, God.
50 gold. Let's go. You don't lose at all. I'd say well, you don't make 50 gold, that's for sure. I say you make like on that you make like 10 extra gold. So you're at 60.
I'm going to
Leave. Said that you were
Yeah.
gonna leave.
we're gonna leave, but I'm gonna tip I guess the person who came to get me and the security guy. I'll tip them like 3 gold each.
Okay. Yeah, well, you tip the guy running the game
Yeah.
and yeah, okay. Cool. He says, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I'll be back, don't worry.
So you see he actually gives like what's the security guy, he gives like a gold piece to several of the wait staff that are running by with drinks. He doesn't keep it. But of course the handler, I mean the security, they're probably well paid. But definitely the guy who is running the game, the table master, he does keep his tip, of course. So that's how they make money. But okay. All right. Well, I mean, at least like when the security guy gives like some of the wait staff who are passing by, handing out drinks, the gold, the wait staff give you a nod, Bracken, and thanks.
It was
Right.
a pleasure.
All right. So you guys switch out. So do you want to continue or do you want to stop here? I guess that's the question.
I think that's a good pausing place.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
pausing place. You kind of can go back to the anvil, study the maps, kind of gather a plan, and then head down to the cogs to deal with Pos Crinzy. The night is still young, so it doesn't mean you don't have to. No one drank over much.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Oh, but of course, Georgie is like, oh, are you on guys got a job? You got a heist to do? Something fun? He goes, he reminds you, my brother's cousin's uncle is an editor at the Corvair Times. So,
It might be fun, and perhaps we can challenge people to a dance off the
that
next
doesn't
time we're
sound
here.
this is back at the anvil. I'm sorry, Amy. It's back at the anvil. It's the gnome proprietor who's like trying to figure out what you guys are doing.
Yeah, they need to have a dance off there. We had a great time.
That doesn't sound very fun. I was hoping something exciting that could be front page news at the Corvair Times.
Knuckles really knows how to cut a rug. That should be front page news. If you saw the acrobatic things he was doing, that is news.
Georgie rolls his eyes. Oh, well, maybe next time. All right. So with that, I think we'll cut it off. And continue the next time we play. But a good setup, good fun, a lot of more investigative and wrapping up forgotten relics, getting prospects for potential expeditions and jobs, and getting the job with the Boromore clan or House Jarosco, or maybe they're the same thing. So good stuff. And thank you everyone for watching and listening. Anyone have anything else to say of my players? Thank you, my players, for joining me
you.
this morning.
Thank you. It was
Thank
fun.
you. It was fun.
All right, great. So see, it doesn't always have to be about fighting. I love the Eberron and that setting and the pulp noir fantasy noir feel. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Good night and good rolling.